22, Grant Hutton. Parents Pam and Brian Hutton. Grant's future plans are to attend Augsburg to play baseball. His favorite baseball memory is Ventures last year, and his words of wisdom for future Raiders. Accept your role, and the bench is fun too. He would like to thank his parents for supporting him throughout his baseball career. Number 24, Kyan Rao. Parents Brent and Jen Rao. Kyan's future plans are to attend South Dakota State University to play football. His favorite baseball memory is sections last year, and his words of wisdom for the future Raiders are, you gotta get ready to get ready, because you never know when you're going to be ready. We would also like to honor senior Joey Hudson. Parents Renee Stanton and Joey Hudson. Joey will attend St. Cloud State University next year and plans to major in mass communications. Joey has been a part of the baseball program his entire life and has turned into one of the best play-by-play guys around. If you have ever tuned into a game on Northfield Live, you know that he has a future calling games. Thank you again to all our seniors for your commitment to the program and for all the great memories you have provided for teammates and fans. You will definitely be missed.
Yeah.
What about me? I'm 17. I get time for running back. He's probably get checked out. 31 years old.
Throwing out today's first pitch will be our senior parents. A huge thank you to them for all the work they have done over the years so that these boys can play baseball. Senior parents, the first pitch is yours.
Give me it.
At this time, I would like to take a moment to make a special announcement for today's game. Many of you know Bill Broden, who runs Champion Sports downtown.
We want to talk to Ben.
He's someone who has done so much for our community through his support of all of our sports teams, and we would like to do something to help support him.
Say, go Benny.
As Bill is dealing with some health issues, different sports teams in the community would like to raise money to help him out as much as possible. Today we will be raffling off 2 Twins tickets, and all the money raised will go to Bill. The seats are pretty nice, 8 rows behind the Twins dugout. So we would love it if you would consider participating in the raffle today. We will have a few parents walking around throughout the game selling tickets, and we will draw a winner after the 6th inning. Thank you.
And with that less than conventional start, here we are live on NorthfieldLive.com. This is Raider Baseball versus Rochester John Marshall Rockets here on May 16th. It's a nice sunny day around the 70s here at Dundas Memorial Field. It's obviously senior night, so we all got to go out there. So thank you to all of our seniors as I somehow ended up on that field. But now we're up here in the booth and we're getting ready to play Rochester John Marshall Rockets team after Raiders coming off of rough loss versus Owatonna. Looking to bounce back here. Hard-fought game down there in Owatonna, as we'll see what they have in store for us here.
Yeah, I did not get to watch that Northfield game, but I did see it on the Buffalo Wild Wings in Owatonna today, so got to see a little replay of that. But, you know, the Raiders definitely didn't go down without a fight yesterday. Looking forward to see what they can do against John Marshall today.
Yeah, it was. I obviously didn't see it either, as I wasn't there. But from what I could tell, it was a really hard-fought battle. It went right down to the end there. So hopefully the Raiders can come back here against John Marshall Rockets team that probably you don't expect to be quite as good as the Owatonna team. So hopefully you can sneak out a nice game here, sneak out a nice win, and get back in that win column. As obviously we know this team is capable to go on long winning streaks. So we'll see how they can do here. As the meeting at home plate just about breaks there, Josh Spitzek heads back to the dugout here. Obviously senior night here for the Raiders, so we have an all-senior lineup. We got 10 seniors, fits in the lineup perfectly. Grant Hutton's going to be on the mound for the Raiders here, and we'll break down the rest of the defense as they come up.
Rockets. Leading off in center field, number 30, Cooper Ashoff. Batting second, first baseman, number 16, Dylan Endel. Batting third, number 1, third baseman, Nolan Wayne. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 2, Ethan Lose. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 11, Justin Charlton. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 3, Aaron Terpstra. Batting seventh, and doing the catching, number 10, Ben Satry. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 20, Mason Kahn. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 36, Ethan Bertschinger. And on the mound today for the Rockets is number 17, Alex Franklin. Now, the starting lineups for your Northfield Raiders. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 2, Jake Geiger. Batting second, the right fielder, number 5, Tegan Melgren. Batting third, the center fielder, number 13, Cam Kaiser. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 18, Austin Kemp. Now at this time, we invite you to please stand, remove your caps, and face the flag down the first baseline as senior Kyan Rauch will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in. Let me restart. Oh, say, can you see?
You got it. You can do it.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So nice, they did it twice. That's Kyan Rauch singing the national anthem for your Northfield Raiders. He's a senior starting at first base today as the Raiders break out here for their opening warm-ups out on the field. Of course, Grant Hutton on the mound, Aaron Reister behind the plate, Kyan Rauch at first base, Gabe Heinrichs at second. Over at third is Luke Gugelsberg at shortstop, Jake Geiger. Out in left is Austin Kep. Out in center is Cam Kaiser, and out in right field is Tegan Melgren. Your DH today will be Daniel Warden. He's going to hit for Grant Hutton, the pitcher, as we're just about underway here.
Yeah, Kyan Rauch sang 1.5 national anthems.
Very impressive. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah, not a whole lot of times you can say you sang the national anthem twice in one game. So,
well, we're just about underway here as the senior starter Grant Hutton gets his warm-ups in here. We'll see what he has in store for us as those pitches coming in nice. As we just get everything last set up here before this Raider ball game. Hutton out on the mound for the Raiders, taking the last few games off. Last game he started was, as I try to find it real quick as I scramble. He started a little bit ago, we know that for sure. As the warm-ups are underway here from number 22. Hutton, of course, the opening day starter for the Raiders, going into the season expecting to be ace. Bunch of guys rose up around him, but he's done a fantastic job for the Raiders this season as he throws out of that right-handed three-quarter arm slot that's just really tough to see sometimes, as there's a nice throw down to second from Aaron Reister.
yeah, he actually played in the home game on Friday. Was it Friday? Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday or Friday.
Is that who it was, I think?
Yeah, against Tri-City United. Pitched pretty well. I think he pitched 5 innings, 10 strikeouts.
His first pitch underway here, taken ball high. Hutton looks in on 1-0, kicks and fires to the plate and hits that outside part. Evens it up 1-1 now, the count.
So looking up John Marshall's baseball record, 5-13 this season.
As the 1-1 on the way, misses outside.
Looking on Minnesota Baseball Hub. So not the best start, or not the best season so far for the Rockets, but
plenty of time to turn around here as curveball drops back in there, evens it up 2-2. Nice pitch there from Hutton to the Rockets center fielder Ashoff.
Yeah, when you have not the best season, you're looking for getting a couple wins before the section playoffs really comes into key, gets you on that good run. You can almost take it all the way.
As Hutton gets him swinging far through that one as he pulls the string on him and gets out number 1 here, strikeout number 1 for Grant Hutton.
For 16, Dylan Endel.
As digs in is the first baseman Dylan Endel wearing number 16. The pitch on the way to him, swung on, fouled back. 0-1 now the count. One out, no one on. To the Rockets first baseman here, hitting the 2-hole. Hutton's 0-1 under the way. Curveball called high. Looked like it dropped back in. Hutton doesn't get the call. Evens up 1-1. Good idea there from Grant. As he looks in on 1-1 with 1 out. Gets the sign from Reister. Kicks in, fires. Curveball again. Doesn't get the call on the high one. Trying to get those to just drop right back into the zone. He got one earlier in the last at-bat, but he hasn't been able to find it this one. We'll see if he goes back to that fastball after 2 consecutive curveballs. The 2-1 on the way from Hutton. Swung on, fouled back. He evens it up 2-2.
Yeah, so looking at the record for the Raiders, 10-5. Had a good 7-game win streak in the middle of this season to really kick it all off and get them ahead of 500 by a good margin, good 5 games.
That's very similar to what we saw from the Raiders last year. They got off to kind of a slow start, then they snapped off a few long wing streaks, which took them all the way to the section finals. As Hutton now has a full count with 1 out, no one on. He looks in, comes back, kicks in, fires. Called strike 3. Hutton rings him up looking. As Hutton strikes out the first 2 batters he sees, 1 swinging, 1 looking.
Yeah, I mean, Raiders started off the season 0-3, then bounced back with a 7-game win streak. I mean, what a answer. You know, a couple of those losses were filled with errors, and then all of a sudden a couple key guys come back. Hits started filling up the stat sheet, runs started coming with it. So
just a fantastic job from the Raiders there, not letting those early losses get them down. They just bounced right back, as you said. Hutton gets the first pitch in there for strike 1. The 0-1 bounces off the plate.
Yeah, from Hutton, you know, mainly we see just a fastball dominant type of pitcher. Like, he really can get hitters swinging. But last game we saw him mixing in a lot of off speed, just mixing up the timing.
It all really depends on your opponent if you can get away with those fastballs dominating, as he gets them to pop it up in foul territory there. Reister giving a little chase, but it'll land far foul and out of play. 1-2 now the count. Looked like Jacob Eschen ended up with that ball here. Bunch of former players coming to support here on senior night. 1-2 now the count with 2 outs. Hutton's pitch taken away, evens it up 2-2.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of Northfield alumni at the game last week on Friday, but you know, now that we're at Dundas, a little better ballpark.
As Hutton gets him to pop that one up into shallow right. Heinrich's giving chase. Meldron calls it off, makes the catch. 4 out number 3, and we're going to the bottom of the first quickly. Hutton sets him down 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. You're watching Raider Baseball on NorthfieldLive.com.
House is a full automotive repair, shop, collision center, and the only AAA authorized towing facility in Northfield. That means if you are in a minor or a major collision, Valley Auto House can handle it all. We work with all major insurance companies to handle your vehicle, from the tow to completing all of your vehicle's repairs. Valley Auto House is located at Highway 3 South in Northfield, open at 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday, or you can find us at valleyautohouse.net, or you can give us a call at 507-663-1217. Go Raiders!
Northfield Retirement Community has received higher satisfaction ratings on Minnesota's Assisted Living Report Card when compared to other assisted living facilities across the state. These high ratings in the quality of resident life and family satisfaction come directly from residents and their families. Northfield Retirement Community offers a wide variety of housing and service options that are specifically designed to meet the physical, social, and spiritual needs of aging adults. Contact Northfield Retirement Community for more information at northfieldretirement.org. Northfield Retirement Community, innovation, choice, tradition.
Champion Sports is your one-stop shop for baseball and softball gear this spring. With a wide selection of bats, gloves, and game day merch for kids and adults alike. Whether you're a Raider, Knights, or Ole fan, Champion Sports is your go-to for fan apparel and swag. Champion Sports has it all. Find us online at championsportsnorthfield.com or check us out on Facebook and Instagram to know when the latest gear is in stock. Gear up like a champion at Champion Sports.
And we're back here for the bottom of the first inning. The John Marshall pitcher out warming up for them right now. It's Alex Brankley, wearing number 17. A funky little delivery there from the right-handed Rocket, so we'll see how the Raiders are able to adjust there. It doesn't come out exactly how you'd expect it, with a high leg kick that almost crosses over his body, and then his arm, he kind of ducks down and then throws it there, as you'll see here in a moment. He looks in here to Jake Geiger. And Geiger, first pitch swinging. Easy chopper to the third baseman, who gets him out by a few steps. So out number one recorded on the first pitch here in the bottom of the first. Geiger set down on a 5-3 ground out. Yeah, you don't really need to do one. Yeah. Tegan Melgren digs in here after the quick first out. Brankley's pitch taken, strike one there. Lance, do you want to move the camera a little bit? You can't really see. As Melgren calls time. Or being umpire timeout. Saying that I've never seen them say can't have the sliding mitt in your back pocket. But
yeah, I don't
think that's a rule.
I don't think so
but
either.
I think they're just no need to argue that. So
yeah.
Melgren just tosses it over there to the first base coach.
Probably just ump's preference.
Yeah. 0-1 the count to Tegan Melgren. Pitch on the way, swung on, fouled off. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, Dundas, always a beautiful ballpark to play at, and I saw former Raider baseball player Tate Jurnell raking the field before this. So
0-2 the count to Tegan Melgren. As the pitch on the way to the Raider right fielder, curveball. Melgren stays alive, just getting a piece of it.
Jurnell also plays for the Dukes, so that's probably how he got the job of raking it today. But
as catcher comes out to talk to his pitcher here, an extended conversation towards attack here on 0-2 and what the game plan is. As catcher finally breaking it now. Heading back here behind the plate. We'll see what they have in store for Melgren. As Melgren digs in an 0-2 count. And Brankley looks in, gets his sign, comes set. Catcher sets up outside. The pitch on the way misses in. 4-ball number one. One and two the count now. As Brinkley looks in, kicks and fires on the way. Melgren swings, comes up empty, but the ball goes all the way off, and Melgren's going to reach on a drop third strike. Pitch in the dirt, Melgren's swinging at it, and Raiders end up getting a runner out of it.
Yeah, that's getting on no matter the situation right there. I think Melgren would have beat it out no matter what, but it would have been a really hard throw because of the dugout kind of. There's a little indent of where the dugout goes in. It got lodged kind of back there. Catcher would have never been able to make the throw.
A lot of foul room here at Dundas Memorial Field, as now digging in is the center fielder Cam Kaiser. As Brinkley looks in out of the stretch now, misses low.
I would not be very surprised if Tegan Melgren took off to second. Usually we've seen it on the first pitch. If it's not on the first pitch, it's coming sometime in this at-bat.
Especially on 1-0, the count to Cam Melgren. As the pitch on the way, Melgren holds as Cam Kaiser lines it into right field for a base hit. And Melgren's going to go all the way to third. The throw to third, not in time. Tegan Melgren shows off the wheels and gets to third base safely on a Cam Kaiser single. Not a hit and run, but a hit and run result there with the speedy Tegan Melgren.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to run. He kind of hesitated. Spitz had the stop sign up for him at second base, and I think he trusted his speed, and he knew he could beat the throw.
He also did the cardinal sin of looking back at the ball in the middle of the base path, but it all works out for Tegan Melgren as now Austin Kep digs in.
Yeah, that comes into play when you're sitting there. You can also watch their in and out, and you see, like, if the right fielder doesn't have that good of an arm, you can test it, even if you know you have really good speed.
As Kaiser takes off, the throw down to second, attempted cut off by the shortstop, and Melgren is safe at home. Tegan Melgren called safe at home on the double steal, as we'll get an instant replay on that one. It looks like Melgren just stepped right over him.
As the catcher looks visibly frustrated, you could see him, he just threw his arms up like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I probably would be too. So now runner on second with a run scored for the Raiders after called strike there. 0-1 the count to Austin Kep, 1 out, runner on second. As the pitch on the way here shortly misses outside. 1-1 the count to the St. Cloud commit.
Yeah. Now during their stretch of away games, Kep caught fire.
Yeah, I saw that.
I felt like he was hitting a home run almost every other game.
As the 1-1 count to Austin Kep, pitch on the way. He swings, hits a chopper to the third baseman, who turns around, goes for the tag on Kaiser, and he gets him there. Kept safe at first on the fielder's choice. On the ground ball to the third baseman. And now digging in with 2 outs, runner on first, Aaron Reister. Reister digs in with Austin Kep on first base and 2 outs. Brinkley comes set. Pitch on the way shortly to Reister. Inside, called ball. 1-0 the count.
Reister's one of those guys that just continues to put the ball in the playing field no matter what it is for the Raiders.
As the 1-0 comes in, misses inside again. 2-0 now the count. Austin Kep leading off first base for the Raiders. Aaron Reister at bat. 2 outs, runner on first. Raiders up 1-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. As Reister hits a hard one-hopper to the shortstop, but he's able to field it cleanly and throw out Austin Kep at second base for out number 3. We're going to the second inning. Raiders now up 1-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard here on NorthfieldLive.com.
Hometown Credit Union, we are proudly celebrating our 50-year anniversary. What originally started with little more than a ledger book and a cash box, Hometown is now a not-for-profit financial institution that serves the needs of over 23,000 people. We offer all the products and services you expect, while also being personal enough to truly partner with our members through all of life's journeys. Join us at www.hometowncu.coop and see why the Hometown Credit Union can be your trusted partner for financial success.
Remodeling your home is a way to breathe new life into your house, and the process can be made easy with Schmidt Homes. Their team has extensive experience in partial and total home renovations, meaning your home will be completed quickly and to your standards, allowing you to enjoy your newly renovated home with peace of mind. When you're ready to start your next project, be sure to check out Schmidt Homes' beautiful and regularly updated showroom for inspiration. Don't wait to start building your dream home. Learn more at schmidthomes.com.
Your car is under extended warranty. There's no need to go back to the dealership. The team at Whit Brothers has dealt with every kind of extended warranty company. With a quick call, they'll know exactly what it'll take to get your repairs covered. Warranties are there to reduce stress and risk. So let Whit Brothers make actually using that warranty as easy as possible. For all your automotive maintenance and repair needs, drive to Whit Brothers Service, located at 701 Division Street in downtown North.
And we're back here for the second inning. Grant Hutton back out on the mound for the Raiders. Here, Raiders up 1-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard over the Rochester John Marshall Rockets after some crafty base running earlier from one Tegan Melgren, who kind of just stepped over the tag at home plate on a double steal. Grant Hutton back out on the mound for the Raiders. He threw 16 pitches in the first, as his first pitch here in the second comes in called ball. He had 9 strikes on 16 pitches in the first inning. We'll see how he can reel that in here, behind 1-0 early. As he looks in, kicks and fires. Fastball finds the outside part of the zone. He did strike out 2 in the first. First 2 batters he saw got him swinging and looking. As the 1-1 pitch on the way to the cleanup hitter. Bounces off the catcher, goes far foul.
Yeah, as the season winds down, you're talking about pitch count. This is when pitch count really comes into play for the season. You know, you get the playoffs in.
As there's a pop up to the left side. Gugelsberg calling for it. He will make the catch. 4 out number 1 from the third baseman.
But you get the playoffs in. This is when you start seeing pitchers that, you know, we've seen in the regular season that could be starters that probably could be in a relief pitching spot, or relief pitchers that now turn into starters because you almost don't have enough arms. So it will definitely be really interesting to see what the Raiders do.
As Hutton now looking in to the 5-hole hitter, misses outside.
You know, Raiders have a really good pitching staff this year. I think we didn't really know what to expect at the beginning of the season. Mickelson and Groutman really stepped up for the Raiders and gave them a strong arm out of the bullpen.
Yeah, they've certainly given them some really good options there as both relievers and starters, as they've both done both, and they've both succeeded in both, as that's just very important if you want to be a good playoff team, having that pitching. As Hutton's 1-1 on the way, misses up.
Yeah, but Raiders, I think they only have 3 games left, if I am correct.
I think it's something like that, yeah.
So, you know, they can definitely stretch out these arms. You know, you want your starters to go as long as possible before sections and playoffs, because that will come into factor with how many arms you have loose and fresh. I mean, we saw Austin Kep pitch the other night against TCU. We haven't seen him all year, at least at home we haven't. So, you know, now you have another arm in that rotation that adds a key piece.
Hutton walks him on a 3-1 count, and the batter, Justin Jarlin, will take first base off the walk. Up steps Aaron Terpstra. I don't know why I said it like that. He's the right fielder wearing number 3.
Right now you really hope the infield can play a little double play depth, get a good ground ball, get those bats back in.
He checks his swing a little bit. No, he did not.
You don't want to go down a rabbit hole that you did the other night. You know, you got out to a good lead. Top of the 7th comes around, and all of a sudden that lead turns into we have to score 5 runs here.
Yeah.
So
as Hutton's 1-0 swings through the high pitch. Hutton hasn't been exactly attacking the zone, but it's worked out pretty well so far.
yeah, Hutton's one of those pitchers that he kind of gets those sneaky strikeouts, and then all of a sudden you look at the box score and you're like, holy crap, you had 10.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really seem like that as the game goes on, at least from my perspective.
Of course. Hutton steps off, just looks, doesn't throw. And a quick 1-1 in there, strike 2.
And I think the other thing that we don't really see a whole lot when Hutton is pitching is people stealing the bases. He has such an effective slide step that I don't even think he purposely does. I think he just does it out of the habits.
That's just his motion. He just does it as that's just what works for him for throwing strikes most of the time and throwing his best pitches.
But for Rochester behind the plate, he's probably like, thank you so much. I don't have to really throw. Obviously, a catcher, you love throwing people out, but when you don't have to throw it down there too much, you're saving your arm, and all you got to do is just focus on catching the ball.
Hutton looks him back again. Still no throw. And, back to the not really attacking the zone, throwing strikes does not equal command. As there's a runner taking off. Rochester's throw down doesn't quite get him as he slides in just under it, but the batter is set down swinging on that one.
Probably just jinxed
probably
that whole situation there. But
like I was trying to say about the command versus throwing strikes as the umpires have a meeting here, you look at a lot of MLB numbers, and the guys who are at the bottom of, and they're going to send the runner back to first base. As I think they're calling a catcher interference on the batter.
No, I think they were saying I think the ump's saying he didn't have his mask on all the way. I don't think the play was still live.
Oh. So
he keeps pointing at his chest saying, my bad. Then he indicated with his mask that it wasn't on.
I thought it was like a backswing hit the catcher, but I'm not sure exactly what the situation is here because the next batter has come up.
Yeah, I think he was just saying.
Yeah, so the umpire takes full credibility for whatever mistake was made there. As the batter swings through that one, pitch pops out. Rochester fields it, no attempt to throw down, the runner advancing on there. So ball don't lie, runner gets second base anyways.
Which is interesting because if the play was dead, technically the batter would be back in the box without a strikeout.
That's why I was confused why the batter moved on.
I don't know. Maybe
it was a certainly confusing play there.
Obviously, the head umpire knows the rules more than probably anybody in the vicinity of this ballpark. So
we'll trust him as it's now an 0-2 count with a runner on second and 2 outs. Hutton looking in. The batter is the catcher, Ben Satter. Right-handed hitter looks in as Hutton comes set on 0-2. Slide step delivery. Misses low and away.
That's a great off-speed pitch. 0-2, 2 outs. Try to get him swinging in the dirt. I mean, what better pitch can you ask from Hutton right there?
As Hutton looks in on 1-2 now. The pitch called strike 3. Hutton sets him down looking for out number 3 as we're going to the bottom of the second. Raiders up 1-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. You're watching Raider Baseball on NorthfieldLive.com.
It's baseball season, and I know my kids always seem to bring home enough dirt from the field to create a pitcher's mound. When the battle with dirt and stains leaves you exhausted and feeling like it's an extra inning game, call Service Master by Hyatt and let us hit a home run cleaning carpet. You will feel like you're walking away with a come-from-behind win after Service Master by Hyatt gets your carpet as clean as a relief pitcher's uniform. Call us today at 507-366-7149.
When your car is under extended warranty, there's no need to go back to the dealership. The team at Whip Brothers has dealt with every kind of extended warranty company. With a quick call, they'll know exactly what it'll take to get your repairs covered. Warranties are there to reduce stress and risk. So let Whip Brothers make actually using that warranty as easy as possible. For all your automotive maintenance and repair needs, drive to Whip Brothers Service, located at 701 Division Street in downtown Northfield.
Merchants Bank, we're committed to creating thriving communities and helping our customers succeed. Hi, I'm Rob, the mortgage lender at Merchants Bank. It is such a privilege to work with a company where all employees are focused on providing the very best customer service. We'll be with you every step of the way as we work towards your financial goals together, whether it's growing a business, buying a home, or planning for retirement. Yeah, we're a bank, but what we really do is make life moments happen. Stop in. I look forward to making your goals a reality.
And we're back for the bottom of the second here as the Raiders first baseman Kyan Rauch set to lead off for us. As he's back out here up against Brinkley for his second inning of work as the tall first baseman gets set to dig in. Luke Gugelsberg on deck. And Rauch comes in. Brinkley gets set, or gets his sign. And we're just about underway for the second inning.
Rauch hit an absolute bomb.
As there's a sharply hit fly ball into right field. No, diving catch by the right fielder. Sets down Kyan Rauch on a nicely hit fly ball.
Yeah, Rauch hit a bomb to center field last home game.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember if it was caught or not. I think it wasn't out, but he definitely displayed his power right then and there.
Up steps the lefty first baseman who hits a chopper up the middle. Luke Gugelsberg has himself a base knock here. Didn't even get a chance to say his name, but he's on base here as Luke Gugelsberg hits a high chopper over the pitcher, and the Raiders have a base runner here with one out.
The last game he played and started, he did the exact same thing in his first at-bat, lined it right up the middle.
As in digs the second baseman, Gabe Heinrichs. Brinkley looks in, slide step, called strike on the outside part. As I wasn't looking, I don't know what the woes were for.
The catcher just threw the ball like directly into the ground, basically.
0-1 the count here. Brinkley's pitch misses high as Heinrichs moving around a little bit. 1-1 the count. Runner on first, one out here in the bottom of the second. Raiders up 1-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. Brinkley looks in on 1-1. The pitch to Heinrichs. Swung on, popped up, foul, and out of play. Moves it to 1-2. So 1-2 the count here as the Raiders' second baseman digs back in. We've seen Heinrichs flash the leather quite a bit in this season. We'll see what he can do with the bat in his hands here. 1-2 the count, pitch on the way. Swung on, sharply hit into right center, and that's going to be down for a base hit as Gugelsberg is going to pull into second. Raiders now have two runners on with one out after back-to-back base hits from Luke Gugelsberg and now Gabe Heinrichs.
Yeah, beautiful hit from Gabe Heinrichs. Just good at bat, and then all of a sudden took the ball the other way, and pitcher perfect hit.
Raiders are attacking here in the bottom of the second and making some solid contact as even the one out was a diving catch taking away a hit. As now Daniel Warden digs in, he calls time.
You know, we were talking last time when Warden had played. We said, you don't get a whole lot of opportunities. He hasn't throughout this season. Here we go on senior night. A good chance to get a good RBI here. Just do something with the bat.
Pitch on the way here to Warden. Called strike. Now 0-1 to Danny Wheels. As he looks in. Brinkley taking his sweet time, comes set. Warden with a very open stance. Pitch on the way to him, taken away, now 1-1. Warden, the 9-hole hitter here. One out, two runners on, just looking to keep the line moving. As Brinkley looks in. He comes set, looks at the runner. Gugelsberg on second a little bit. Then the pitch to the plate, swung on the away pitch. Comes up empty, 1-2.
Yeah, it looked like a slider
Definitely something that moved away there. Had Warden a little fooled on that. 1-2 the count here. Warden looking to make some contact. Pitch on the way. Curveball called high. Tries to get it to drop back in. Hutton wasn't getting the calls earlier. And Brankley doesn't get that call either.
Yeah, Warden, he's got that elbow protector on. Maybe just try to lean into it a little bit. He probably could have got the call if he wore it.
2-2 the count. Pitch on the way to Warden. Ooh, good take there. Loads up the count. Full count, 1 out, 2 runners on. As Warden digs in here, Brankley looks in. We'll see what the runners do. As he comes set. Box, and he lifted up that front leg. The umpires both saw it, and both runners will advance there.
He knew it right away.
Yep.
He shook his head, pointing at himself. Yep, that's my fault.
Umpire came over to tell him what he did. He said, I know. As that's just one of those mistakes that just happened. Everyone in the park knew it, but now Warden has 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out and a full count. We'll see what damage he can do.
Besides the run being scored, I think that's the loudest the stadium's got was that balk right there.
As Warden comes up empty on the away pitch for out number 2 as he's set down swinging by Brankley. But the lineup card will flip over. Here is Jake Geiger.
Yeah. It's kind of funny when a balk happens. Everyone's super eager to tell the ump.
It's just fun.
Yeah, I guess balks are pretty entertaining.
Brankley comes set with 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch on the way to Geiger swung on off his leg. Now 0-1.
But, to talk about the balk, when it happens, you almost can't think about it too much because then you're thinking about it too much. You're almost bound to balk again.
Yeah.
So it's like you just have to literally flush it all away.
Memory of a goldfish here. 0-1 the count to Geiger. Pitch on the way. Off the plate. Runners will advance, and Gugelsberg will score as the Raiders tack on another one here on the wild pitch. Good run in there from the Raiders. Gugelsberg and Heinrichs both did not hold up at all. They recognized it right away, came in easy, as it's now a 1-1 count to the Raiders shortstop with a runner on third and 2 outs.
Yeah.
Geiger rips that one through the 5-hole, and that'll be another run for the Raiders as it's now a 3-0 ball game on the Heritage Bank scoreboard off of Jake Geiger base hit.
Geiger didn't even let me talk there. I was going to say the wild pitch has hurt John Marshall today.
Yeah.
They got the strikeout when Malgren came on, then he came around to score, and then that wild pitch that Gugelsberg had scored on. So, those are the 2 of the 3 runs that the Raiders have gotten are on wild pitches.
As Malgren looking for a big swing there, just gets a little piece of it, fouls it off. Geiger took a really big jump, threatened like he was going to steal, and then just held up. 0-1 the count here. As Brankley comes set. He's looking at Geiger a lot. He throws to the plate, misses low, evens it up 1-1.
As we just talked about, Malgren reached last inning on the swinging strike 3 in the dirt that went all the way to the backstop. With his speed, obviously, got to first.
And Geiger's taking off here on 1-1. Pitch misses high, throw off line. Geiger swipes it easy. Finito.
Yeah. So you see Geiger takes off. He's safe by a mile. But the throw is offline. Now, for Malgren, Kaiser, Reister, anybody who can steal, that's a heads up in your head. Like, okay, we can definitely steal off of this kid.
100%. As pitch on the way here, misses inside. Now a 3-1 count to the Raider right fielder.
Malgren going to St. John's next year, going to be a Johnny. Play with his brother and his cousin.
Yeah.
Spencer and Blake Melgren.
Melgren's running the team up there.
Yeah, I guess so. They're just going to have a junior, sophomore, and freshman.
Yeah.
I don't know, it'll be a senior. Blake will be a senior, so.
There you go. Plenty of Melgrens there on the Johnny team. 3-1 pitch here to Melgren right now, though, is a little chopper down the first base line that goes foul.
Yeah, they're all Johnnies, and they're all Raider alum.
Yeah. Keeping the bloodline going here.
Oh, yeah.
As it's a full count with 2 outs. Runner on second is Jake Geiger, batter Tegan Melgren. As Tegan digs in here. Looking at the pitcher, Alex Brinkley. Raiders up 3-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. As the payoff pitch on full count. Geiger taking off. Melgren swings. Fly ball foul and out of play. Sliced a long way. Geiger taking off even with first base empty.
3-2, 2 outs. Geiger's got wheels. You know, we'll probably see him take off again, try to get that run home even with just a simple base hit through the infield.
Ground ball to the infield, you never know. As full count pitch on the way shortly, Geiger stays. Melgren hits a soft ground ball to the second baseman, who fields it cleanly and gets him at first, but not before the damage is done. Raiders score 2, now up 3-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard going into the third inning here on NorthfieldLive.com.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
It's baseball season, and I know my kids always seem to bring home enough dirt from the field to create a pitcher's mound. When the battle with dirt and stains leaves you exhausted and feeling like it's an extra inning game, call Service Master by Hyatt and let us hit a home run cleaning carpet. You will feel like you're walking away with a come-from-behind win after Service Master by Hyatt gets your carpet as clean as a relief pitcher's uniform. Call us today at 507-366-7149.
The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall. With all of your mailing and printing needs, we can pack it up, ship it out, and get it down the road. Fabricate a sign or a banner. We work hard to know our products. We can find what works for you and set you up with everything you need. The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall, offering solutions for you.
And we're back here for the third inning. Grant Hutton looks in to the first batter here. As first pitch on the way, swung on, fouled off. As I just realized the scoreboard hasn't been overlaid. Apologies for that. Hutton looking in, the batter Mason Kahns checks his swing, and no, he did not. 1-1 now the count to the Rockets' second baseman. Hutton looks in, gets his sign, comes set. Kicks and fires. Curveball drops in there for strike number 2. 1-2 now the count, as that curveball gave it a lot more time to drop back into the zone. 1-2 the count here. Hutton looking to set him down for the first out of the third. Pitch on the way, swung on, fouled off. High pop fly way out of play. It remains a 1-2 count here. Raiders currently up 3-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard going into the third inning. Hutton's pitch on the way here. Curveball pops up. This one looks to be in play. Reister behind the plate. Camps under it and will make the catch. Aaron Reister, through a lot of wind, makes the catch behind the plate. As he was moving around a lot, this wind really just picked up like the second it left that bat, as it's going 9 miles an hour with 15 miles an hour gusts. That can really mess up the catcher, as you saw there, but he was able to adjust and make the catch for out number 1.
Reeser, I mean, you may get those once a month, those pop-ups. You know, you're right in front of everybody. Everyone's going to watch you make the catch. It's in the air for so long. Everyone's anticipating it being caught. So, you know, didn't fold under the pressure and got the out for the Raiders.
The 0-1 comes on, fouled off. Hutton ahead quickly, 0-2 to the 9-hole batter here. Ethan Bertzinger, the batter here. The left fielder wearing number 36. Pitch on the way to him, 0-2. Called, strike 3. Hutton sends him down on 3 pitches. As he gets the K here, another one for Grant Hutton as he turns the lineup card over to Cooper Ashoff. So Hutton looks in to the leadoff batter, who he set down swinging earlier to start the game off. Fastball snaps off way inside. Hutton now at 5 Ks on the game. 1-0 the count. Hutton comes set, kicks and fires. Taken ball high. 2-0 now the count.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can get 5 Ks through the order, that's pretty dang good.
The 2-0 coming on the way on the outside part for strike number 1. Good pitch there. Looked like a changeup. As also here today is Jim Welbrock. He's taking pictures, so make sure to check out that when he uploads those. It'll be very interesting here for senior night. 2-1 the pitch. Weak ground ball up the middle. Heinrichs fields it cleanly. Throw to first. Gets the speedy center fielder by just a step. As that's out number 3. We're going to the bottom of the third. Raiders up 3-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. You're watching Raider Baseball at NorthfieldLive.com.
Michael Ritchie Eye and LASIK. Like many of you, I recently had cataract surgery and I am loving it. My vision has never been better. Driving at night is fun again, and I wake up in the morning and see. And now you're wondering, which doctor did I choose? Short answer is both. Dr. Miller fixed one eye and Dr. Reinsbach operated on the other. They are both great people and fabulous surgeons. I trust them implicitly, and you can too, but just pick one.
Ritchie Eye and LASIK in Faribault, your leader in advanced cataract surgery.
Northfield Insurance offers more than just home and auto. They offer business insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and bonds as well. They have a combined 147 years of experience across 6 employees to make sure that you are getting the best possible insurance for your exact needs. Not only will they protect what's yours, they'll make sure that you're cared for like family. Find out how you can get the right insurance for you at nfldins.com or by calling 507-645-8861. Northfield Insurance Agency. They've got you covered.
NCC Builders has built and renovated custom homes and commercial buildings since 1972. We are committed to providing the Northfield area with high-quality construction with a singular focus to bring your vision to life. I'm Adam, the president of NCC Builders. You can rely on our experience and attention to detail for your home or business. Take the first step. Contact us at nccbuilders.com or 507-645-8975.
And we're back here for the bottom of the third. Cam Kaiser going to lead it off for the Raiders here. Smooths out the batter's box, steps in. Back to face Brinkley out for another inning of work. He's thrown 36 pitches, 23 for strikes. He's thrown 2 wild pitches, struck out 2, allowed 4 hits, and 3 earned runs. Pitch on the way here to Kaiser. Called strike 1. 0-1 now the count. As Kaiser looks for a pitch to hit. Brinkley comes set. And the pitch on the way. Called ball to inside there. Evens it up 1-1. Inside pitches haven't really been getting called strikes a whole lot today. As Kaiser's also very close to the plate in his stance. He's actually on the line. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, hard hit ground ball, chopper to the shortstop who fields it cleanly and throws out Kaiser by just a step. He almost beat that one out.
I thought I thought he did beat it out. That was way closer than I expected it to be.
And even with that, the shortstop showed off the arm strength as well. He threw it very hard to be able to just get Kaiser. As here's Austin Kep digging in. Kept walking up to jump man by Future, and I don't know who else, but he digs in here with one out. Fouls that ball down the first baseline. Had to say something. 0-1 the count now to Austin Kep. One out, no one on. Pitch on the way. Called strike. Looked low, Kep thought it was. Now 0-2 the count. Pitcher comes set. Pitch on the way. Curveball ripped into left field for a base hit. Austin Kep with a one-out base knock there. Well struck into left field. Aaron Reister digging into the box now with one out runner on first.
Hard pitch to hit from Austin Kep. Looked like a curve ball inside.
It was just that backdoor curve.
It really had to wait on it. And he couldn't wait enough. Obviously, he was early down the line. But good placement right over the third baseman's head. And he's on.
Pickoff move to Kep. He's back standing. As, he just lifted it right over that third baseman's head. Just a well-struck ball. As now the pitch on the way to Reister. Taking ball low. One-0 the count.
Reister ended the first inning in a ground ball to the shortstop. Fielder's choice out was at second base.
The 1-0 to Reister, now 2-0. Well outside. As Kep gets the sign from Spitzak. We'll see if he opts to take off. Kai and Rauk on deck for the Raiders. As the 2-0 pitch on the way here to Reister shortly. And it's called strike on the outside part of the plate. Kep stayed put. 2-1 the count. Would not be surprised to see him take off here. He definitely can swipe a bag, especially with the catcher missing a few throws here today and not being quite close. We'll see what they go with. Pitch on the way to Reister. Thought about it a little, but it's called ball 3. Now a 3-1 count. Brankley comes set. Slide step delivery. Reister comes up empty. Now a full count with a runner out and Austin Kep on first base. Full count. One out. The pitch on the way to Reister. Kep takes off. Reister fouls it off out of play. So we'll do it again. Kep just turns right around. As Reister just kind of stuck the bat out there, just fouled it off and stayed alive. Exactly what you want to do in a situation where you're probably sitting dead red and you see that curveball. Just staying alive. Full count, one out. We'll see if the runner takes off again. He will not. Curveball checks his swing a little bit, accidentally hits it, and goes right over the Raider dugout. And we'll do it again on full count. As Reister looks in. Brankley comes set. The pitch on the way. Swung on another foul ball. Straight backwards.
Professional at bat from Aaron Reister here.
He is working this pitch count up. Raiders currently at 5 hits on the game. With one out here in the bottom of the third. Runner on first. The full count pitch on the way to Reister. Kep takes off. Reister ground ball hit to the first baseman, who picks it up, steps on first, Looked at Kep, realized he was long gone, and just took the out.
With Kep taking off, I think he just saved themselves a double play.
Oh, 100%. First baseman was up ready to throw it. I think that was 100% the right move. It definitely saved him an out there as Rauch digs in. As you can see there, he purposely brushed his right foot on the back of the batter's box just so the umpire can't really see that he's exactly on that line. First pitch on the way to him. He swings, pops it up foul, and that will land out of play. A lot of foul balls out of play here. Now 0-1 the count to Rauch.
Yeah, Rauch. He had a good hit last time. Nice little bloop hit, but right fielder was playing far in enough to make a diving catch for the ball.
0-1 the count here. Pitch on the way to Rauch. Curveball misses in and low.
Yeah, if he did that this inning and the right fielder doesn't catch it, now you have another run. So, looking to do something similar.
1-1 the count with 2 outs. Frankly looks at the runner. Throws to the plate, and Rauch with a sharply hit line drive that is caught by the shortstop on the knees. Rauch hits it hard twice. Still no hits on the game, however. Just unfortunate there. We're going to the 4th inning. Raiders still up 3-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard here on NorthfieldLive.com.
Merchants Bank, we're committed to creating thriving communities and helping our customers succeed. Hi, I'm Rob, the mortgage lender at Merchants Bank. It is such a privilege to work with a company where all employees are focused on providing the very best customer service. We'll be with you every step of the way as we work towards your financial goals together, whether it's growing a business, buying a home, or planning for retirement. Yeah, we're a bank, but what we really do is make life moments happen. Stop in. I look forward to making your goals a reality.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bress, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
Northfield Insurance offers more than just home and auto. They offer business insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and bonds as well. They have a combined 147 years of experience across 6 employees to make sure that you are getting the best possible insurance for your exact needs. Not only will they protect what's yours, they'll make sure that you're cared for like family. Find out how you can get the right insurance for you at nfldins.com or by calling 507-645-8861. Northfield Insurance Agency. They've got you covered.
And we're back here just in the nick of time as Hutton's first pitch of the 4th inning bounces off Reister's glove and goes to the backstop for ball number 1. Hutton straightens out his landing spot there, and it's a 1-0 count. Comes set. He kicks and fires. Swung on. Popped up. Down the left field line, Gugelsberg giving chase. He'll call for it in foul territory and make the catch. Good play there by Luke Gugelsberg for out number 1. Just out of frame there. He was just camping under it. Wind kind of took it back, but he was able to stay with it and make the catch. First baseman digs in here. Nolan Wayne. Pitch on the way. Curveball misses outside. Wayne wearing number 1. Hutton wearing 22 comes set. Pitch on the way. Sharply hit line drive. Gugelsberg can't get a glove on it. And it's going to be a base knock there for Wayne. As Gugelsberg just couldn't quite get to it. It might have just bounced off his glove, but he was just kind of behind it, almost pushing it out.
So, Hutton probably wishing Gugelsberg kept it in front of him. Got maybe an error because that broke up the no-hitter.
Oh, it did. I didn't
Hutton,
think about that one. Hutton's first pitch. Ooh, that one's off the helmet. Batter was not worried about it at all. Ethan Loge goes straight down the line, doesn't even hesitate. And that'll bring up the DH, Justin Jarland, with now 2 runners on. And we'll see how Hutton can respond to this adversity here.
Yeah, obviously, first runners of the game for John Marshall.
Hutton goes for the pickoff move down at second. Runner slides in safely.
So first piece of adversity here for the Raiders.
Pitch on the way from Hutton, swung on, fouled off. 0-1 now the count. 1 out, 2 runners on. Raiders looking for a double play here. Jarland DHing for the pitcher, Brankley. As Hutton comes set, slide steps, fires, ground ball. Heinrichs fields it cleanly off of his knees. The double play is turned by Jake Geiger with a long stretch from Kyan Rauch. Raiders turn 2, and we're going to the bottom of the 4th, up 3-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. You're watching NorthfieldLive.com.
Northfield Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. This opportunity gives students a chance to get real-life experience and build their writing skills. Working at Northfield Live isn't just about the on-screen coverage. The reports and stories about games, athletes, and coaches are just as important as broadcasting the game itself. If you or someone you know might be interested in learning how to write stories about local high school sports, we encourage you to call, text, or email us at the Northfield Live page anytime. From all of us at Northfield Live, go Raiders!
Andy Olson, Community Resource Bank is a pillar in the local community, providing banking, lending, and investment services. Our team continues to be a financial resource to families and businesses. With decades of trusted experience, our team is committed to your financial needs. We're here to work together with you on any project, big or small. Our success comes from our dedicated, knowledgeable, and professional employees. Stop by one of our 2 Northfield locations to see a smiling and familiar face. Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you with the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Cravey, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Mallory Peterson, go Raiders!
And we're back here for the bottom of the 4th. Luke Gugelsberg leading off for us here. Brinkley out on the mound for his 4th inning of work as the Raider third baseman digs in here. Brinkley taking his time to get his pitch. He comes set now. He kicks and fires on the way to Gugelsberg. Curveball in the dirt. 1-0 now the count. Gugelsberg digs in here up against the John Marshall pitcher who comes set. He kicks and fires to the plate. Gugelsberg hits it fly ball down the left field line and slices long foul into the stands. One and one now the count after the foul ball from Gugelsberg. Brinkley comes set, kicks in, fires. Gugelsberg ground ball, another one right up the middle. Shortstop able to get there this time. The throw gets him. Fantastic play by the Rockets shortstop there. Taking away a hit from Luke Gugelsberg, who hit a nice ground ball at the middle, but just couldn't get anything out of it. As now Gabe Heinrichs digs in for the Raiders. Right-handed hitting second baseman. As Brinkley comes set. Pitch on the way to Heinrichs. Slide step delivery, curveball in the dirt. Brinkley changing up how he delivers with a leg kick versus slide step. And it looks like that one hit the umpire there, who's just walking it off.
That last play, Ethan Lowe's.
Yeah.
I believe it's Lowe's.
I believe it is.
He is a stud.
He is a stud. We saw him just nab Cam Kaiser, who would have had an infield hit off most anyone else, but he threw it with that rifle of an arm, and that he just showed off in that last play is he's really been throwing out these Raiders, giving them a tough time on the base paths.
Yeah, I mean, Gugelsberg almost had his second almost perfect hit up the middle. Both of them went over the base. It hit the base, and he still made a play on it. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it went from the front of the mound to the front of the base, and still, he made the play easy. I know, I have food in my mouth, you can't tell.
But you rarely even see Carlos Correa do that for the Twins.
Yeah, it's a really
and he's
tough
a
play.
platinum glover
Yeah.
for the MLB. I mean, that's extremely rare.
Very impressive play there. As Heinrichs now digs in on a 1-0 count yet again after the umpire had to take a little time. 1-0 count here with one out, no one on. Pitch on the way to Heinrichs in the dirt.
Heinrichs had that beautiful hard hit single over the second baseman's head. Kind of just sat down in the outfield once it got out there, but great piece of hitting.
As there's a weak little chopper to the pitcher, who fields it, runs alongside him, and flips it on to first for out number 2. As up steps the DH, Daniel Warden, with 2 outs, no one on, looking to get something going for the top of the order behind him.
Great walk-up song.
Fantastic. Gets the crowd pumped up. As Warden digs in here. Raiders up 3-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. They have 5 hits in the game. John Marshall's 1. Pitch on the way. This is inside. 1-0 the count here.
Daniel Warden. He said his plans for next year is to make money.
He's going to make money. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like some good plans for him. As he hits a sharp line drive ground ball. One hopper over the third baseman's head. And Danny Wheels has a base knock here for the Raiders.
I mean, that'll make you some money right there.
That's the money maker right there from Daniel Warden.
Yeah. We were talking last at bat of his. I said, just put the ball in play and see what happens. And he did exactly that. A nice hard hit to the third baseman. Couldn't put a glove on it.
As now Jake Geiger steps in here with a runner on first and 1 out. We'll see if the Raiders, or 2 outs, excuse me. We'll see if the Raiders can get something going here. Slide step delivery to him, fouled off.
You call him Danny Wheels. Will we see him steal a base here?
We'll see.
With Danny Wheels.
Yeah, we'll see. That was nickname given to him last summer by A.J. Reister during the Legion season. I think it was because he stole a base. As now 0-1 the count to Geiger. Changes up the delivery a little bit. High fly ball into left center. Center fielder is going to range over. He'll call for it. And he'll make the catch for out number 3. I think he thought that was only number 2 as he threw it in a little urgently. Either way, we're going to the 5th inning. Raiders up 3-0 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. You're watching NorthfieldLive.com.
Exams are more than just confirming that you have 20/20 vision. At River Valley Eye Professionals, you'll receive a thorough and detailed evaluation. We look at every part of your eye, from the lashes to the retina, to identify any potential problems and how to address them. Our state-of-the-art facility allows us to provide you with more than just glasses and contact lenses. We help to ensure that your eyes are healthy and remain so for a lifetime. Find out more about how to request an appointment at rvep.com. River Valley Eye Professionals. Don't miss seeing your world.
Northfield is a unique town with passionate people. So much passion that it can be hard to keep up. That's why, if you're into art, local politics, sports, or anything else, Northfield Public Broadcasting is here to serve you. NPB is a free public access local television station that accepts submissions on anything you care about. NPB is a place to hear community voices and to share your own voice. Check it out.
Hometown Credit Union, we are proudly celebrating our 50-year anniversary. What originally started with little more than a ledger book and a cash box, Hometown is now a not-for-profit financial institution that serves the needs of over 23,000 people. We offer all the products and services you expect, while also being personal enough to truly partner with our members through all of life's journeys. Join us at www.hometowncu.coop and see why the Hometown Credit Union can be your trusted partner for financial success.
And we're back here for the top of the fifth. Reister with a nice throw down there, not quite picked, but still a solid throw. As we get set here, Hutton out for another inning of work. As Hutton looks in here, up steps the batter, winner number 3. 4 already in the 5th inning. We're flying by through this one. As the pitch underway here to Terpstra, misses away. 1-0 now the count. The 1-0 pitch on the way, swung on, fouled off. 1-1 the count now.
Yeah, obviously you want to keep playing more baseball with the fast game, but for some of these players, might be nice if they're big Timberwolves fans, watch the game at 7:30.
Able to get home and enjoy that. The 1-1 pitch on the way. You say the game's at 7:30?
Yeah, the game is at 7:30.
I thought it was later. We have a lacrosse game tonight.
Yeah, so people tuning into the lacrosse game might have to put it on 2 screens.
Yeah.
But big game for the Timberwolves, obviously. Big game for Minnesota, the whole state of Minnesota.
We'll see. I mean, they put the Nas Reed towels back on sale, and they were sold out in like 20 minutes.
Yep.
Very disappointing there. As 3-1 now the count. Hutton looking in, the pitch on the way. It's a 3-1 walk here. Little confusion there. I thought the umpire was going to call it back for a second, but just a timeout called. Reister goes out, talks to his pitcher.
Yeah, it looks like Hutton really did not like that call.
Hutton wanted that one, doesn't get it. And we'll see what he goes to here.
Yeah. So we are on the left side of the press box.
Every
other game we've been doing the right side of the press box. So we've had that view the whole season, that outside corner to the right-handed hitters. So ump kind of in the way. We can't really see if that's really on the line. From what I see, looks like it's on the line, but obviously Hutton's reaction must be on the line. So
now we're quite literally under where the camera is, so we get the exact same view as you. As Hutton now has a 1-0 count. He steps off, looks the runner back, no throw again. Hutton likes doing that.
You're approaching your 5th inning of work for Hutton. Haven't really gotten to any trouble this game, knock on wood here. But for Spitzak, you're hoping that he can last the complete game.
100% would like to see it. As Hutton steps off on 1-1, again looking the runner back, no throw. As the 1-1 pitch on the way in the dirt. Now 2-1 the count.
You're usually on top of the pitch count. Did you say
I like a game changer?
Yeah. Did you say what he had this inning?
I did not. I will check real quick as Hutton's pitch on the way is fouled off.
Just out of curiosity for some of the listeners here.
Hutton's at 61 right now, he's at 61. 34 of them for strikes. He did hit one batter. He's faced 15. As runner takes off, Hutton's pitch misses low, the throw down.
I was
Not even attempted.
talking earlier about Hutton's slide step. He almost went with a leg kick there. Very different that we see from Hutton.
Yeah, we've seen Brankley change up his leg delivery a lot here in this game. Hutton might be trying a little bit of that. As now in full count, no outs, runner on second. Batter takes time.
Yeah, 3-2, no outs, runner on second. I think Hutton's going to try to play mind games with the batter here.
And he is. He's taking his time, looking back the runner a lot. There's the slide step delivery. He gets him to pop it up. down the right field line. Melgren giving chase on the fence. It lands out of play, and we'll do it again on full count. Rauch was all the way there, out in right field. Picks Melgren right up off the fence.
In fair territory, you're probably hoping Melgren makes that play.
100%. Rauch was just there also giving chase in case the wind took it or something random happens.
Rauch's also there to tell Melgren there's a fence there.
As full count pitch called inside. I think the batter went through about 5 stages of, was it a ball, it was a strike. He leaned in, then leaned back, started walking down the line, then stopped. And now Josh Spitzak going to take a mound visit to visit his pitcher here. Not expecting a pitching change, but more of a strategy.
Yeah, but when you've made it 4 innings technically on the play sheet, he's pitching his 5th inning. You let up 2 walks in a row, you can't let your body language show it because the ump will notice that. So just one of those inside player thoughts. You know, you can't really show your body language because calls might not go your way after that.
Have to have confidence, especially when you're in the box and you take a pitch. If you take a pitch that's on the line and you look nervous, the umpire is going to say, oh, this guy's nervous. He doesn't think it's a strike. He thinks it's a strike. He thinks he just got rang up.
Yeah. So Spitz definitely coming out there, you know, saying we're all good. You know, we had first and second last inning. Got a double play. You know, we can do the same thing.
Hutton looks in. The new batter shows bunt, pops it up, and Rauch can't quite get there.
Fair territory. That ball is caught, and there's going to be an out at second base because this runner on second base was on third base.
100%. Wynn just kind of took it out of Rauch's reach there. He was so close, but yet so far away as he was given chase, and then it just kind of started dying and slicing off to the side. 0-1 the count here. We'll see if they go for the bunt again, not expecting it. But Rauch now playing all the way in. And he'll show bunt again. He gets it, tries to get it down the first base line again. But yet again, it's a foul ball. So now 0-2, we're expecting him to swing the bat.
Yeah. Obviously, the batter was focusing on getting that down the first base line.
It's just, you know, I think everyone knew he was trying to get it down the first base line. It was no secret that he's just trying to get those runners advanced. But now he'll have to swing on 0-2. Hutton comes set after 2 free strikes. Slide step gets him to pop it up. Well out of play. Wynn kind of picked up the second he left his bat in the middle of that play. As it remains an 0-2 count, we'll see what he goes with. Hutton ahead. Obviously, want to keep it near the zone. Pitch on the way, fouled off. 0-2 the count.
Reister's at bat earlier had a bunch of foul balls in it. They're gonna pay the homage back and do the same.
I remember one at bat I took in Little League that was like 20 pitches. It was just some nonsense. As a pitch on the way here, ground ball, third baseman Gugelsberg steps on third, and he'll just hold it there as he takes the out for out number 1 on the fielder's choice.
Really clutch play from Gugelsberg there. You know, not a lot of people will think of that play, you know, right away, especially as a backup third baseman. You know, sometimes you just think of throwing it straight to first base. So very well practiced, it looked like, in that situation there from the Raiders.
And not a lot of guys have the confidence to eat that ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're the third baseman, you think step on it and throw immediately. Gugelsberg realized, hey, I have faith in the rest of my teammates to make some plays after me, and we'll just take this out. Instead of risking a wild throw on a runner who's basically on first base already. As Hutton looks in now after a quick foul ball. 2 runners on, 1 out. looking to preserve the lead. Hutton checks the runners and slide steps to the plate. Has him guessing, and he was guessing wrong. Not the most competitive swing on that one. It is the 9-hole batter, Ethan Bertzinger.
Now, if you can get a strikeout here with runners on first and second, that would be huge for Hutton.
0-2 the count to the 9-hole hitter. Slide step, runners take off, and it hits him. Hutton hits him on trying to go on the inside with the batter close to the plate. Base is now loaded with one out. With one out, Raiders up by 3-3 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. We'll see what they go with here. Spitzak giving his infielders guidance on where to play. And we flip back to the top of the order. Cooper Ashoff, center fielder, digging in.
Yeah, if you're JM, you got the best hitter up to bat. You know, your leadoff hitter probably has the most on-base percentage.
Yeah.
I don't know their stats, but just going off
you would assume so.
Leadoff batter knowledge. So if he can find a way to get on, obviously that brings in a run, maybe two, puts them back in this game.
As he swings that one foul.
And if you're the Raiders, last inning, you had an inning-ending double play. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just get mixed up with my words.
One of those it is.
Yeah, one of those tongue twisters. You want to do the same thing.
Pitch on the way here, pops out of the glove of Reister, and runner comes to the plate, and he will score as the throw goes offline. Another runner thinking about it, but Geiger there to back up the throw, and a runner will score on a wild pitch. Now a 3-1 game, and the double play is out of options after the wild pitch that Reister just couldn't corral. Well outside, and Raiders end up coughing up a run in the same way that they got their first run of the ball game. And Ashoff, we saw earlier, he also has that prototypical leadoff speed as he almost beat out a ground ball to the infield. As Hutton's 1-2 misses low.
Yeah, as I was emphasizing earlier in this game, I said you can't let the errors catch up to you, like what happened in the Tri-City United game, and you hope here they can settle down, get an out, or two even.
Strike three called on the outside. Hutton sets him down looking for a pivotal strikeout here with two runners on and now two outs.
Just a huge sigh of relief off the shoulders of Hutton there. Now we got two outs. Just let your defense do the work, pitch a strike, and just let an out happen.
Yeah. Hutton looks in as batter comes up far empty. He looked for a lot of that baseball, came up with none of it. Dylan Endel, the batter, wearing number 16, the first baseman.
And I think the biggest thing this inning is all the people that have got on base. It hasn't even been a hit.
As there's a line drive into right field. Melgren there to make the catch out in right to end the scoring threat and make out number 3. But they do get one run off of a few walks and a wild pitch. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Raiders still up 3-1 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard here on NorthfieldLive.com.
Champion Sports is your one-stop shop for baseball and softball gear this spring. With a wide selection of bats, gloves, and game day merch for kids and adults alike. Whether you're a Raider, Knights, or Ole fan, Champion Sports is your go-to for fan apparel and swag. Champion Sports has it all. Find us online at championsportsnorthfield.com or check us out on Facebook and Instagram to know when the latest gear is in stock. Gear up like a champion at Champion Sports.
Are you looking for funds to support your business's growth? Aaron Nibby here for Franzen Bank & Trust. Franzen offers loans and other financial services designed to meet your needs. As an SBA preferred lender, Franzen Bank can help you save time by expediting the loan process from application to funding. Franzen is also consistently named a top 504 and 7A lender in Minnesota. Start your next business adventure today at franzenbank.com/SBA. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
And we're back out here for the bottom of the fifth. Brinkley out for his fifth inning of work here. He's gone 4 innings so far, allowed 3 earned runs, 6 hits, struck out 2, hasn't walked anyone. And leading off for the Raiders here in the bottom half of the inning will be Tegan Melgren. Melgren, the 2-hole hitter, digs in as Brinkley comes set. He kicks and fires, misses low there. It's a 1-0 count now. Count as Alex Brinkley comes set. Pitch on the way, swung on, chopper up the middle. Second baseman gets to it, doesn't even attempt the throw as he was ranged in the opposite way. And Melgren has a base knock here for the Raiders. Cam Kaiser set to dig in here for the Raiders with a runner on first now and no outs. Raiders looking to extend this lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Raiders haven't scored since the bottom of the second. Of course, John Marshall just scored in the top half of the inning. Currently a 3-1 ball game. Raiders leading on the Heritage Rank scoreboard as Kaiser digs in. And pitch on the way. Misses outside. Brinkley did a weird thing there where he just held in his set, and he didn't take any time just going right into it. He just went directly into the pitch, and he ends up missing that one. 1-0 now the count to Kaiser. He comes set. Catcher sets up inside, and he misses high. Kaiser willing to hit it to any part of the field. You can see that back foot is in that corner of the batter's box. As it's a 2-0 count. Pitch on the way. Kaiser called strike on the outside. Curveball stays in the zone just enough. Brinkley looks at Melgren on first. Gets his sign, comes set. 2-1 pitch to Kaiser. Swung on line drive into center field. It'll land for a base knock for the Raiders. Cam Kaiser with a nice piece of hitting. Keeps the line moving, brings up Austin Koepp. And we're going to have a mound visit here from the JM coach.
We have a mound visit, but in the Raider bullpen, looks like Gabe Heinrichs is warming up.
As the coach, the one wearing 22 there, he's also in uniform.
Yep, very rare.
Yeah, you don't see that a whole lot, especially at the high school level, but JM coach in full uniform here. As he just gives his pitcher some words of advice. And Austin Koepp set to dig in here for the Raiders with 2 on, no outs. Aaron Reister on deck. Kaiser on first, Melgren on second. Here's Austin Koepp. Alex Brinkley looks in, gets the sign. He comes set. Slide step fires. Koepp comes up empty on the outside pitch.
Yeah, last at bat, Koepp had a great hit down the third base line. Nice single. Is probably right in front of the left fielder, about 20 feet to his right.
Just hitting it hard enough as the 0-1 on the way to Koepp. Ooh, called strike on the outside part. Koepp didn't like it.
Yeah, Koepp's hitting. You know, it's one of those where it's like It's hit really hard, but it's kind of on a line, so
Yeah.
it didn't really get caught.
As a minor change here, Chris Groutman went to go talk to the bullpen, so now the first base coach is currently Brent Rauch for the Raiders. As it's an 0-2 count to Austin Kep. Brinkley slide steps, pitches behind him, and the runners will advance easy as Kep's ducking out of the way of that one.
Now it just made Kep's job way easier to try to get a couple RBIs and really break open these insurance runs for the Raiders.
JM going to bring the infield in here. As now the whole infield's in.
With how hard Kep hits,
Gotta be on your
that
toes.
ball might get out of the infield very fast now.
1-2 the count to Kep. Pitch on the way, swung on, fouled off. Kep stays alive here, remains 1-2. Brinkley looking to pitch Kep outside. Kep looking for something to pull here.
Yeah, you were talking about how Groutman and Rauch have switched coaching roles here, kind of just as anything, but it's super versatile to have three coaches on the team.
Yeah.
You know, you can cover different aspects of the game as it's going on.
You can always have a coach working with someone that you need to have a coach working with, which is just very valuable. As it's a 1-2 count, we'll see if Austin Kep can get his pitch here. As it's on the way, he comes up empty on the slider. Not his best swing there. He's set down swinging. And up steps Aaron Reister. Reister looking to bring in a runner or two. Looking to extend this lead. As he steps in here, waiting for Brinkley, who steps on the mound and looks in to get his sign. As it now looks like Austin Kep's going down to the bullpen. Pitch on the way to Reister, misses up and in. 1-0 now the count.
Yeah, Kep, no wasted time to get right down to that bullpen.
Popped right down there with Ryan Cahoon. As Reister waiting for Brinkley to come set. Infielder's still in. The 1-0 to Reister misses low and away. Now 2-0.
Every game we talk about, you know, the Raiders and their hitting, you know, the hits have been getting up there almost to double digits, but they have a lot of patience. This is a team with a really tremendous amount of patience.
It's something that they absolutely do work on through all levels of the high school. As Reister takes ball 3 now, 3-0 with first base open. Kyan Rauch on deck. We'll see if Reister has the green light here on 3-0 or if he wants to swing.
The infield in, 1 out, runners on second, third. I highly doubt he gets the green light. He probably doesn't want to swing, but maybe he will.
Shortstop.
And he does.
Taking a step back.
And
There's a ground ball through the outfield. And Tegan Melgren's going to score for the Raiders here on a base hit from Aaron Reister. Who needs a green light when you got a base hit there?
Yeah. The jinx works in your favor sometimes.
As we'll get a courtesy runner on first for Reister after a nice base hit. Third baseman playing in just past his outstretched glove. He gave a really good effort. Just couldn't quite get it. And we're going to see a mound visit here from JM. And that'll mean a pitching change. So we're going to take an ad break. And we'll be right back here on NorthfieldLive.com.
Merchants Bank, we're committed to creating thriving communities and helping our customers succeed. Hi, I'm Rob, the mortgage lender at Merchants Bank. It is such a privilege to work with a company where all employees are focused on providing the very best customer service. We'll be with you every step of the way as we work towards your financial goals together, whether it's growing a business, buying a home, or planning for retirement. Yeah, we're a bank, but what we really do is make life moments happen. Stop in. I look forward to making your goals a reality.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie, Ritchie Eye and LASIK. Many people tell me they've heard horror stories about all the drops needed after cataract surgery. Well, fear no more. At Ritchie Eye and LASIK, Dr. Miller and Dr. Reinsbach are dropless. That's right. No need for medicated eye drops before or after your cataract surgery. I love dropless for my cataract surgery, and you will too.
Ritchie Eye and LASIK in Faribault, your leader in advanced cataract surgery.
NCC Builders has built and renovated custom homes and commercial buildings since 1972. We are committed to providing the Northfield area with high-quality construction with a singular focus to bring your vision to life. I'm Adam, the president of NCC Builders. You can rely on our experience and attention to detail for your home or business. Take the first step. Contact us at nccbuilders.com or 507-645-8975.
The Quarterback Club of Northfield knows just how hard the student-athletes work each and every sports season and would like to wish all of the Raiders athletic teams the best of luck this year. After practice is over or before the big game, stop into the Quarterback Club and grab their roasted chicken, tender baby back ribs, or famous broiled burgers. Short on time? Call ahead and they will have it ready for you to carry out. They serve lunch and dinner, so no matter your busy schedule, the Quarterback Club has something for you. Good luck, Raiders, and we'll see you after the game. The Quarterback Club, off Highway 3 in Northfield.
Of buying or selling your home? Don't go at it alone. Did you know there are nearly over 200 steps to the real estate process? 200 things to consider, be aware of, 200 things that could impede your ability to buy or sell or compromise the actual closing day. Alas, have no fear. You can contact one of our local and relentless agents at Century 21 Atwood and Professional Pride Group anytime to answer all of your real estate questions. Century 21 Atwood and Professional Pride Group. We're unstoppable together.
And we're back here, still in the bottom of the fifth. New pitcher on the mound for the Rockets as Kyan Rauch steps in for the Raiders. As the pitcher comes in, misses in the dirt as the runner was taken off. Fribble, the courtesy runner, now on second base. Courtesy running for Aaron Reister. Pitcher is Ostman, wearing number 8. James Ostman, now the pitcher. 1-0 the count. Rauch comes up empty on that swing. Looked like it bounced off his ankle or something. Ostman with a unique delivery. Kind of holds it and then just shot puts it. As it's now 1-1 to the Raider first baseman. Pitch on the way. Misses low. Might even be a knuckleball, I'm not sure. That is kind of the motion you expect to see from one. As he comes set. Misses low there. 3-1 now the count. The more that I think about it, I think it is a knuckleball. So now 3-1 the count. The 3-1 pitch to Rauch. Swung on, hard hit through the 5-hole for a base hit. One run will score. They're going to wave another as the left fielder couldn't pick it up. And the Raiders scored 2 off of that base hit from Kyan Rauch. Rauch pulls through. Raiders now up 6-1 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard, scoring 2 runs on a well-hit base hit. Kyan Rauch with a nice shot there, and he's going to get a runner for him on first base.
Oh, we saw that the other last Friday. Rauch, I think he had 5 of the RBIs out of the...
Wow.
Or no, he had 3 out of the 6 RBIs the Raiders had. There he comes again. With 2 RBIs. Yeah, he's been getting crucial hits with runners on base and turning them into RBIs. So,
as runner on first, we're in 23, but I didn't see a 23 on the roster, so not quite sure who it is. 0-1 now the count to Gugesberg. Pitch on the way, runner takes off. Throw down to second, not in time as he swipes in safely. As he steals a bag. And I think that's Dylan Morrow running for Kyan Rauch there. As he slides in safely at second base with a stolen base. One and one the count to Luke Gugesberg. As he hits a nice ball into right field for a base hit. Spitzak waving Morrow. And he'll hold him up there after a round. And now Luke Gugesberg has a nice base hit here for the Raiders. Now stepping in for the Raiders, the second baseman, number 6, Gabe Heinrichs. As the Raiders have something going here in the bottom of the 5th. As the knuckleball, Raiders are seeing it well. At least that's what it looks like from Ostman. Heinrichs digs in. Ostman comes set. Pitch on the way. In the dirt. Catcher corrals it. And runner takes off there. Throw cut off. Throw down to the plate. Morrow tries to swipe around it. He's finally tagged out.
He did swipe around it.
Yeah, he did, but then he was off the line there. As someone in the stands didn't like something for some reason. As we'll get an instant replay on the conundrum around the plate there. As you can see, real quickly, instant replay brought to you by Community Resource Bank. There he is. As he slid in safely, but then he was just offline. He tries to get back to the plate and just ends up walking right into the catcher. As Heinrichs takes strike one, now 2-1.
He almost slid too far away from the base where he was safe, but couldn't get the hand around to touch the base.
He got himself with it. As 2-1 now, 2 outs, runner on second. Pitch on the way to Heinrichs. Swing and a miss, evens it up 2-2.
Austin kept. Well, he just got done warming up. He was in that bullpen for a long time.
I figured he was out by now, but kept taking his time there, getting plenty of pitches. As a catcher going to run out to the mound.
Yeah, this might be a really, really quick mound visit.
Yeah, he sprinted. As now the shortstop's jogging in. I don't know. You usually don't see the catcher sprint like that for a mound visit.
Yeah, I suppose. You know, when you
show some hustle.
When you step on the field, no walking.
Yeah. I'm sure plenty of coaches like that one. 2-2 the count to Heinrichs. Has a two-chance rain in. 2-2, 2 outs, runner on second. Pickoff move to second, way offline into center field. Gugelsberg not able to capitalize off of it, but it rolled for a while as center fielder was playing pretty shallow, however.
Yeah,
get it back in.
The second it left the pitcher's hand, he put his hands on his head. I think the ball might not even been out of his hand yet. And
one of those throws where you just kind of know, oh, wow. Another 2 scenario here for Heinrichs. The pitch on the way this time. Inside for ball 3. Loads it up the count with runner on second, 2 outs. We'll see what Heinrichs can do here with Daniel Warden on deck. Raiders up by 5, 6-1 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard here in the bottom of the 5th. Heinrichs steps out.
5 hits this inning for the Raiders.
As the pitcher looks in. He comes set. Fires off of Heinrichs. And it's a hit by pitch to put now 2 runners on. If it didn't go off Heinrichs and it was a walk instead, Gugelsberg might have had a chance to get to third. But it'll bring up Daniel Warden here with 2 outs, 2 runners on. As Danny digs in. Duke's game must be right after this Raider game.
It actually is not the Dukes. It is the 35 and older team. I saw the sign as I was driving in here. I think that is the Milltown Outlaws.
Yeah, I think so.
What their name is.
0-1 now the count to Danny. As Warden digs in. Ostman comes set. 0-1. Pitch on the way. Misses outside. 1-1 now the count.
So the Dukes grounds crew or whatever guys are working gonna have to get this field cleaned up quickly.
As Warden takes pitch well low.
Helps the Raiders, though. They don't have to take the field down. Don't have to put anything away. You just
get out of here.
Yeah, just pack up, get out, and let the other team take the field.
I'm sure they will be asked by the coaches to stick around and help out. 2-1 the count with 2 outs. Pitch on the way to Warden. Now 3-1.
They'll probably have to rake, maybe redo the lines a little bit.
As 3-1 the count to Daniel Warden, 2 outs, 2 runners on. 1 strike away from runners being in motion. Pitch on the way, ground ball, foul. And just like I said, now full count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Runners will take off on pitch.
Warden had a really hard hit to third base last inning, actually.
Yeah.
Coming at this time right now would be really nice to get 6th hit in the category and potentially another insurance run.
As Warden walks there on a full count, Beck rolls all the way to the dugout, end over end, as it's now Jake Geiger up with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
John Marshall last inning had their leadoff hitter up, bases loaded. Now the Raiders have that, and Geiger is one of the most dangerous batters in the Big Nine.
As he takes ball away.
Coming in every stat category.
Yeah. Raiders certainly have a high-flying offense. 1-0 the count to Geiger. Sometimes it's just that sequencing of hits and events. As the pitch on the way to Geiger, swung on, sharply hit into left field. Left fielder giving chase, he won't get it. It's extra bases for Jake Geiger. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. A third coming to the plate, Geiger digging for third. He slides in safely, Jake Geiger, bases clearing triple. And the Raiders have a 9-1 lead on the Heritage Bank scoreboard off a Jake Geiger triple down the left field line.
That is so electric. You know Geiger is flying around the bases when his helmet comes off at second base.
Came off right around second base. I mean, he was moving. He absolutely knew he gave that ball a ride. The left fielder didn't get a good jump on it, and Geiger took off with all of his might as the helmet literally dropped after he hit second base. Instant replay brought to you by Community Resource Bank. Go on.
Yeah, once that ball went over the left fielder's head, I think Geiger knew he was going to third no matter what. He had nothing else on his mind. He came around second base very aggressive, so always fun to see the Raiders just absolutely break this game open, especially on senior night.
Now 6 runs here in the bottom of the 5th, and it's a 1-1 count to Tegan Melgren.
Sometimes when you get up, you usually see some of the seniors that don't play a lot come in the game, but tonight they were all in the starting lineup. They all played.
As Melgren takes the ball away there. 2-1 the count now. Of course.
I believe they all did play.
Yeah, they're all playing. They had 10 seniors, 10 in the lineup. I was just going to say, of course, the manager, Gavin Novotny, isn't playing this year due to injury, but he is. I don't know if he's here today, but.
I believe he's running track this year.
Yeah, he's running track, so I think that he's here when he can be.
Yeah.
I don't think he's here today, but always nice to acknowledge that. Now 3-1 the count to Melgren. With a runner on third, 2 outs. Raiders just 2 away from ending this game. And Melgren takes ball 4 there. Almost thought he was going to get called back for jumping out of the box too early, but he takes on to first.
Yeah, this is one of those, sorry to interrupt you. It's one of those weird situations. If Kaiser gets a good barrel on it, puts in the gap, all of a sudden we got a walk-off 10 runner.
Yeah, especially with Melgren's speed on first base. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. We could see it here with Cam Kaiser. We know he can definitely put a charge into one.
Yeah, he actually had a single in his last at-bat.
Was that this inning?
It was this inning.
As he hits a chopper there, Spitzak fields it cleanly.
Melgren led off the inning with a single. So he's batted twice this inning, got on twice. So hopefully Kaiser can do the same. Get on, get a run in.
0-1 the count to Kaiser. Swung on, up the middle for a base hit. That'll score 1. as Geiger walks in easy. It's now a 10-1 ball game after a Cam Kaiser base hit sharply hit right up the middle.
2 singles in the same inning for Kaiser.
Fantastic job there from Cam, as now here's Austin Kep digging in.
No, there's no such thing as too much insurance.
Never enough, especially in a situation like this. One more insurance run, and you get to go home a little earlier.
We have a mound visit, but then looks like we got to
just bring the ball out.
Yeah, he had his phone in his hands. I didn't know if we were doing like a little stat checking or something like that. You never
know.
Yeah.
As now Austin Kep digs in. The pitch on the way to him. Big swing, Austin Kep.
And he did want to end this game on that pitch right there.
He was looking for a highlight reel swing on that one. As Austin Kep
in front of a huge crowd like that would be awesome.
Yeah.
This crowd would explode.
Be a fantastic cap to this game. Now 1-1 as he takes away. Probably see him shorten up after that big swing. Aaron Reister on deck. I saw him earlier in this inning with his chest protector on. Once they got to 2 outs, he started putting on the rest of his catching gear. Now he has to take it off to be on deck as Kep takes inside.
So Kep recorded the first out of this inning through a bullpen for 5 batters, and now he's batting again.
What an inning for Austin Kep, staying active here. As he takes low in the dirt, he might be running soon. Now 3-1, 2 outs, 2 runners on.
Yeah, I mean, he got loose, but he might have to get loose again after this long inning if the Raiders do not score a run here.
He knew what he was doing there with that long bullpen session. As now 3-1, the pitcher comes set, throws to the plate. Kep called strike on the outside. Kep thought he had it. Now a full count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Runners taken off on the pitch. Raiders up 10-1 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard.
So now a single really does win this game for the Raiders, especially with Malgren.
As Kep hits a little dribbler to second base. Kep might be able to beat this one out. Second baseman can't get a hand on it. And the bases are now loaded with 2 outs as Melgren was holding up there on third. And the batter will be Aaron Reister, looking to put an early end to this one here.
Yeah, Spitzek and Melgren on third base there definitely made the ump's job a little easier, not having to call a bang-bang play at the plate, especially with that being the 10th run of the game. I definitely thought Melgren would have ran home once he saw it go past the... But there's Reister. He'll give it a run.
Hasta luego. Aaron Reister walk-off grand slam for the 10-run rule.
It was not a grand slam. It was on the warning track.
Forgive me. Never mind. But either way, it's a walk-off for Aaron Reister as it looked like it just lifted off over the fence, but the Raiders win. Raiders win 11-1 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. 10 running the Rochester John Marshall Rockets. And a fantastic game, scoring 8 in the last inning. We're going to take an ad break. We'll get back with our Service Master by post-game recap when disaster strikes. Demand the yellow van. Stay tuned here for Raider Baseball on NorthfieldLive.com.
A brand new house, or you just got done with a remodeling project. You want to show it off, but the construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. This is Beth Ayatt. After the work is done, let Service Master by Ayatt make sure that you don't have to do more work to clean up after the construction crew leaves. Show off and demand the yellow van. Call Service Master by Ayatt today, 877-945-0993.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Northfield Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. Practice their communication skills by providing play-by-play and color announcing, getting interviews with fellow students or coaches, or writing stories. They can showcase their graphic art skills by creating social media, running cameras for events, or producing a game like the one you're watching now. We also utilize the talents of adults to help mentor and provide a quality experience for the students. If you or someone you know might be interested in growing our coverage, you're welcome to call, text, or email us from the Northfield Live page at any time.
And we're back for our Service Master by post-game recap when disaster strikes. Demand the yellow van. Raiders win in a unique walk-off as you see him off to the right side of your screen out in right field, running around as they do after every game, after mistakes are made. But a fantastic job for the Northfield Raiders. 15 hits, only allowing one. Grant Hutton with a complete game allows 1 run after a few walks and a wild pitch, but a fantastic job. And just 1 hit.
Yep, 1 hit.
1 hit. Just a 1-hitter for Grant Hutton. A fantastic job through 5 innings as he was ready to come out, but he ends up getting the job done. The bats pull through in the bottom of the 5th, as we'll see who gets their player of the game later. But a fantastic job for the Northfield Raiders. They'll move on in their schedule now with another nice win in the books. They will play only 2 regular season games more. Their next game will be this Saturday versus Stewartville, and then they'll play again this Monday versus Byron in a rematch of the section championship of last year. So we'll see how those go, and then we're on to sections for the Raiders, as we'll see how they can fare in those. It's looking pretty good. Raiders on a nice little hot streak here, as not much to say besides just a great win.
Yeah, this was a close game at the top of the 5th. We thought it was going to be a 7-inning game, and then the Raiders absolutely turned the bats on and never looked back ever since. But the Byron matchup is definitely one Spitzak probably wanted right after that game ended, and he knew, we'll get our revenge. But it's a good test for this Raider team, seeing someone that's in your section again, seeing how they'll match up against them. This Raider team, that could have been the spark that just breaks everything open again. We saw they lost 3 in a row at the beginning of the season, went on a 7-game win streak. This could also start another win streak when you have a game that just explodes on you and you get on a good run.
Absolutely, and it is worth noting that even though the Raiders lost in that section championship game, it was a best of 2 because the Raiders were in the consolation bracket, so they did win a game against Byron in the last year's sections. And obviously it's a completely different team here. It's a completely different look. So we'll see how they can fare up against a really good Byron team and up against Monday. And don't forget Saturday is against Stewartville. But for tonight, we have boys lacrosse on NorthfieldLive.com starting at 7:30. So we're going to head over there quickly. Thank you for tuning in here on NorthfieldLive.com. This has been our Service Master by post-game recap when disaster strikes demand the yellow van. I've been Joey Hudson doing play-by-play. Ian Stanton has been my color guy. And thank you for watching here on Northfield.